breakfast is a fun little collection of tiny fruits. Like, that's like a little apple. And look at these bananas. They were here yesterday. They're as big as my thumb. I'm like loving it. And I have little femme hands, dude. So these are tiny bananas. They're adorable. I love them. And grapes. The grapes are really good right now, so breakfast. Oh, and tea. I'm trying to get away from coffee, so tea. Hey guys. So, I realized kind of late yesterday, not really, but I remembered kind of late yesterday that yesterday was May 22nd. And May 22nd is my anniversary to healthy living. On May 22nd, 2010, I walked into a Weight Watchers meeting, and I was like, change my fucking life right now, right here. I'm gonna do it, you know? And that's pretty insane. Got my book because I'm writing shit down to keep my shit in order for you. So then I was like, well, a lot has changed in 2 years. You got to watch a lot of it change because I didn't start making videos in May, but I started making videos in August? I don't even know if you guys realize that, but these videos, because a lot of you are newer to the journey, like within the past year, 6 months, which is awesome. Hi and welcome. However, this shit goes way back, like way back. I think it's funny because every once in a while, I think somebody will be like, not so much anymore because now I have that intro on my video. I'm doing dishes while we talk because we're girlfriends that way. Come on. But what? Oh yeah. Like every once in a while, people would be like, "Oh my god! Like I just went and looked at that video. Like you were huge, or like you changed so much." I'm like, yeah, I know. I try to tell you people that, like, because some people will get offended if I say the word fat, or they'll get upset, or they'll be like, you know, they really take offense to my name, little fat me, but it was me, and I was fat and short, so little fat me. Bam! That's like, it was pretty obvious to me. But people got really upset, and they still get kind of upset, and I guess it's kind of like, yeah, but you know, you can never take away the inner person. You just can't, like, I'm always gonna be a fat girl. It's who I am. But I'm not, which is kind of weird. And which is a lot of this is all about just figuring out, like, where you stand and what exactly is going on, right? So there you go. So anyway, I want to talk to you. It might be a long video. This could be a long video, and it might just be a lot of me not really getting my dishes done. Oh well, here we go. What's changed? Aside from my physical look, which you see in the intro to the videos, that's what I was saying. Like, people don't really go back anymore because now they see the intros. But there is a lot of that journey here on YouTube, and like, so it's just a lot. I'm thinking about cutting my hair right where it's starting to bend, right there. But I really like long hair. I want to play with short hair every once in a while, but it's like, fuck that, because you know how much longer that would take for, like, that to grow back? And I really like long hair, so no. No! No! You're not cutting your hair. Just get over it. That was a mental note to me. That was a mental fuss note. Anyway, shotless. Why not? Okay. So, physical looks have changed. Well, quite obviously, because I have gone down in size pretty ridiculously. Weird thing about that is, even though I know that my pants are much smaller and that my size is littler, and like, it's weird because it's like I will wake up and look in the mirror sometimes and I swear I'm like, I look exactly the same. And I know I don't. Like, my face looks different. When I was younger, people used to comment on my lips. They'd be like, you have really full lips. Which, I don't know if they're really full, but they're there. And my mom always made a big deal out of that because my mom's got really, really thin lips, like just like little lines. I think her lips are beautiful, but my mom has always disliked her lips. And she says, I always prayed that when I was pregnant, my kids would get your daddy's lips. Well, we did. Congratulations, Mom. Jesus was listening. Anyway, I'm not making fun either. I think it's great that she prayed about it. And I think it's great that Jesus listened. So anyway, what the fuck? Oh yeah. So I was always like, alright, people used to say I had bug eyes and big eyes and stuff, and I'd be like, whatever. Well then, like, I remember looking at myself. I'm reaching into a cabinet under you guys, so I don't want you being like, why is she getting creepily, strangely close to the camera? Because I'm trying to get close to you. No, there's a cabinet underneath you. Anywho, people used to make fun of me and say I had bug eyes, and I'd be like, oh, I have bug eyes. And then, like, I remember thinking about 3 years ago, like, my eyes really are not that big. Like, my mouth is really not that big. Like, what the fuck are people talking about? And what I realize now is that actually my head and my chin area had gotten so big that it made my eyes, like, because I was chunkier, like, squishy, and my lips and my mouth seem little. Like, all of my features seem much bigger now, which is weird. It's weird when you think about stuff, because you don't think about stuff like that until you think about it, and then, like, that's really weird. So, physical looks have changed. Obviously. My hair has changed. Obviously. I used to bleach it and dye it crazy colors. I stopped bleaching it when I melted my hair off my head. And then I stopped dyeing it at all when it started to fall out, like, ridiculously. And then I started re-dyeing it when it started to grow back. Because that's how you treat a friend who's finally coming back to visit. You fuck it up again. Anyway, so that's what physically has changed. More physical changes that you can't see is my period. I get one now, like, pretty regularly. I have PCOS. I'm dyslexic, so every time I go to say that, I'm like, I'm going to fuck that up. So PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome, and that will mess with hormones and periods. However, losing weight, I really think if I cut my hair right there, just right there, look at that. It's just got it would never do that natural curl again. It would flip out and curl up, and just, but look at that. Okay, anyway, so that will mess with your periods and stuff, PCOS, and I do have that. However, it has gotten much, much, much better since I lost weight. Going down, coming up. Okay. See how creepy weird this is? It's like you guys can't see what I'm doing down here, and it's a little strange. Anyway, so, Apple Core. Because who doesn't need one? Well, I mean, you really don't need one. You can do it, but it does make things easier. My relationship with food has obviously changed. It really has, guys. Because, like, I love food. I used to think that I loved food. Like, seriously. I used to think, I love food. Like, that's part of my problem, is I just love food. I just love to eat food. That's not true. I didn't even know what food was. Like, real food. I didn't even know how to appreciate flavor or texture or any of that. I just consumed. Like, I ate massive amounts. I binged. I ate fast food. I was heavily addicted to the fast food and to the chemicals and to the, like, but none of that was real food. So, like, I now have a multi-sense relationship with food. It's about the smell, it's about the look, it's about the sound of it cooking, it's about the flavor and the texture. It's amazing how much I love food. And it's not like, I don't know, it's like I really love food. I love to cook. I love to cook. I love to create new flavors and to feed my family. And I love, I have a serious, ridiculous passion for taking, like, dishes that I know that my wife likes and that are really bad and making them healthy and as good as possible. Now, I tend to think just because something is low calorie doesn't necessarily mean it's healthy. However, it is healthier for you to eat it. Like the corn grits, a serving of my corn grits comes out to about 230 calories. A serving of actual corn grits is like damn near 1,000. Does that make grits necessarily an organic, healthy food? No. Does it make that a healthier option than the 1,000-calorie one? Yes. And I like that. So I really love to cook. And I love to try new vegetables. I love vegetables. I love so much about food. And it's so not really, I love being in the kitchen. It's not even about the eating as much as it is the cooking. And I really enjoy it. So that's kind of crazy. Obviously, exercise has changed. I found out that I love to run. I love to run. And I do think that running is something that you either like or you don't. I don't know that there's a way to make yourself like it. And I'm saying that because my wife is like, but do you think that if I do it more? Like, she was in the military and they had to run and stuff like that. And she has never enjoyed running. And she's like, do you think if I did it more? What do you think about that? And I was like, no, I love to run. The only other time that I ran in my life, besides now, and it wasn't really about running, it was about soccer. I joined the soccer team for a brief moment. The coach and I did not have a very good relationship. And so I quit. Which was what he wanted anyway. Anyway, so that's a long, ridiculous story. But anyway, so, anywho, I loved to run then. I loved how it felt to be hot and to sweat. And I loved, that was like probably one of the smallest times for me in high school. I loved what running did for my body. It just melted weight off of me. And so, okay, when I started to run now, it was like just such an easy thing to grab and hold on to. And actually somebody asked me about how I started running, and I had planned on answering that, but I will answer it now. Let me see. They were like, well, I'm just scared I'm going to, like, break myself. Here's the thing. What was I doing? 30 minutes a day on an exercise bike. And then one day we went to the gym, and I was like, I'm going to jog. And I just started jogging on a treadmill, and I could. And then I was like, I'm going to keep going. And I did. And then I was like, I'm going to keep going as far as I can. And I wound up consistently jogging for 20 minutes. I think it was 20 minutes. It was either 20 or 30. But now, that was a jog for me then. I was 200 pounds. Well, I was 199. And I was jogging at probably like a 3.8 mile pace, which now to me is a walk. However, it really was a jog then. And so, I jogged it out, and I was like so excited. And actually, there's a video. It's around November 2010, and if I remember, I'll link it. But that video is all about like going to run and jogging, and like, oh my God, like the excitement and the ridiculous like high that I got from it. And I get that high every time I run. Every time. Which ties into my motivation. But I wasn't going to make this a motivation video. See? Oh God, okay. Because, and I'm going to go into more depth with all of this, but like a lot of people lose motivation and stuff. I have always tied this journey to something other than weight and other than physical size. And I think that's why I have never lost my motivation. Have I lost my oomph? Yes, there have been times when I have laid face down on the couch just like, can feed me a pizza, I just want to cry. Then I usually start my period in the next 2 or 3 days. But, you know, you lose your oomph. But as far as like my motivation, it's always evolving. And because it's constantly evolving, I am constantly motivated. If I had done this to be a smaller size, 1, I probably would have quit. And 2, I'd be done now. And the worst thing you can do is look at it like you're done. Yeah, I'm going to make the motivation video today. You guys convinced me. Gosh, y'all are awesome. So obviously my physical relationship with exercise has changed. I love it. I love it. I will tell you. You know what the biggest change is? I'll tell you what the biggest change is. Right here, I have a pride. I'm proud of me. And when I was big, it was like everything good that I did got offset by how big I had let myself get. Like, you have an amazing daughter and she's so brilliant. Yeah, that's great. Look at what I've done. And look at what I'm setting her up to be. Like, that's just not okay. But you know, it was like it undid everything beautiful I had. And it wasn't my size. Because I had come to a point, I was dating somebody who liked me big. And I had come to a point where it was like, I can rock this, you know. But it was just how I felt. Like, this is what I'm doing to me, you know. And I think that just was a horrible place. And it, like, feeds into continuing to overeat and addiction behavior, and then you continue to go. So I think that, like, I found so much pride when I conquered addiction for a day. And then when that day turned into 10, and when that day turned into 30, there was so much pride. And I think that that's where a lot of food addicts don't get what they need. Because when you are addicted to heroin or to alcohol, you go to meetings and you get these little awards, and it's like, oh, you know, like, there's so much, like, emphasis on how amazing you're doing. Oh my God, 90 days clean and sober, here's your chip. That kind of is how I treated my Weight Watchers charms. Because it was like, this is me. Like, this is my sobriety. And I have a right to be proud of it. And I have a right to value it just like an alcoholic and just like a drug addict. Like, this, I'm proud of it. And I think to so many people, it just is like, so you stopped fucking eating like a cow. Big deal. And it's like, no, it is. It is a big deal. And you would never say that to, you know, an alcoholic. You'd never be like, oh, great, so you stopped fucking drinking, big deal. No, you'd be like, wow, you pulled yourself out the gutter. You changed your whole fucking life and saved your family. That's amazing. But when you are an overeater or a food addict, it's like, just stop eating. Duh. No. So there's a pride that I have. And that leads to the next thing that I think is the biggest change too. Self-respect. I respect the hell out of myself. You know why? Because I'm one of those people now that I used to respect the hell out of. And I still do. Like, if I saw somebody running, I'd be like, fucking mad props to you, bitch, because you're out there doing it. And I could never do that. Yes, I can. And, like, I'd be like, you know, mad props to her. I have never, ever in my life been upset by somebody else getting small. I am impressed. I'm excited. I am living vicariously through you, you know, which kind of throws me off when you get, like, hate from people, because it's like, I don't understand that. I don't get the mechanism. I understand, I guess, but it's like, I don't have the mechanism that makes me like throw hate at you for getting smaller and doing what I feel like I can or what I'm struggling with. It makes me want to like pick your brain apart and figure out how you did it. But whatever. But like all those people, I used to be like mad props to. Wow, like I respect the hell out of that. Like, oh, you ran a marathon. How fucking cool is that? Oh, you know, you work out. Like that is so impressive. Like seriously. I'm one of those people now. And it's like, hey, I deserve that look at my little shadow. I deserve that mad respect also, you know? And I give it to myself. Because look at this cat. Do you see how big he is? Say hello. I'm gigantic. Hello. I'm gigantic. Let's see. I don't even know. Oh. Okay. Come here. This is how he likes to be held. Come here. We'll set you up like a baby. Huh. Okay. Anyway. So it's like mad props to me and way to respect. Because I think a lot of us, like, we respect other people, but then when we see ourselves making the same change, we sell ourselves short. So no. No. Anyway, those are the things that I think have changed the most over the last 2 years. 2 years. And what's really crazy, are you staying? What are you doing? You're wiggling weird. Today he's been frisky. He's been wanting to bite and play, but he's been a lot better than that lately. Yeah, 2 years. I said that to my wife yesterday. I was like, you know what today is? 2 years. And what's really nuts is that I was done in a year. So I've been doing this, basically, like figuring out maintenance and trying to figure out how to relate to the world where I take up so much less space, and that's for you. And this is a 20-minute video already, and like I said, I'm going to talk to you guys more about motivation. Motivation, motivation, motivation. I think I'm going to do that today. Motivation. Popcorn. Yum. Sushi. It's my sushi. Every time I order the sushi and I tell them no rice and rice paper, they go, you know it's going to be skinny. Yeah, so am I. What? I'm watching toddlers and tiaras and I'm eating ice cream. Hi, Ashley. Tea, water, Ashley. Wrapping up tonight by making the bananas lunch for tomorrow. There we go.